Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. Got a video from Logical Dating 101.
If a man ever says something about like going 50-50, don't date him. If he doesn't pay for the meal, don't ever go on another date with him.
But why not?
Men that are financially stable are happy to pay for a date with you. And men that value women that see you as potential.
I mean, you're right. Most men that are financially well off are happy to pay the date for you. But we also don't like spending and wasting money on people that are ungrateful.
Wife material, they're gonna pay for your dates because they know the value that you bring.
They pay for the dates because of the value you bring.
What value?
What value is that specifically?
Whole like 50-50. Men are high out of their mind if they really think we're gonna do that.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if some women only spoke for themselves and not for all women?
It'd be nice
My
for you
husband paid
guys.
for
Especially people like Lady J that, get thrown into the boat of women are bad.
every single date we went to. I don't think that women can really take men seriously when they don't pay for the dates.
And I can't take a single person seriously who actually has the audacity and arrogance to try to speak for an entire demographic.
Can you really respect a guy that doesn't pay for your meal on a date? Women will lose respect for you.
Oh, will they now?
This whole 50-50 thing is such a joke. Mind you, I'm an attorney. I believe women can be powerhouses. I believe you can be career driven. But as women,
Ah, yes. Here it comes.
we still
Strong and independent, but still need a man.
want a man that's going to pay for us. Even if you're going to work, you still want a man that is financially stable, that will pay for you. So yeah, if any man ever says this, please run far from him and block his number.
I just love seeing
He's
all the
doing us a
advice that's
favor.
out there on the best ways to actually remain single.
Men don't have a say in women's life.
What a fascinating perspective that is.
think this empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification.
I can't wait to see if any of their opinions are actually
about to
based
be
in
upset.
reality.
No.
Guess not.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
And who wants to guess what their next answer is?
No. It means that we can use our body the way that we want to without men's control.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
How? You're using it and men are actually controlling you. Men are paying you money to do certain things for them, like create special videos and play with yourselves and things like that. How are you not under men's control?
I'm sure their next answer will come as no surprise.
Yes. And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Ooh, this ought to be good.
Because it's empowering to be able to do what you want with your body when you want to be able to do it.
Is it empowering for me to be able to spend my money the way I want, the way I want it either?
But isn't that like shaming your own customers?
No.
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
Because it's my body.
The Cheshire Cat-like smile really sells it, doesn't it?
Boys need to understand one thing.
And what's that?
Your girl's not stalking you, then your girl does not love you, my friend.
What? No, I'm sorry, that type of behavior is toxic and should be avoided at all costs. That's actually called obsession. Run.
Your girl stalking you is the highest achievement that you can have as a male.
What an achievement that would be.
Is that really an achievement? To deal with a stalker? Like, how is that an achievement?
Attracting someone who is obviously rather unhinged. Oh my goodness. Something to be proud of indeed.
If she's not monitoring your every move, then she really doesn't give a shit about you.
Please tell me that this is some form of satire.
When your girl stops stalking you, it's all over for you, my friend.
Yeah, no. While this may have meant to be a joke, do remember that there are individuals out there that will actually take this type of stuff seriously and actually believe that obsessive stalking type behavior is somehow equivalent to a person loving them. Remember, that is not healthy behavior and should be avoided at all costs.
I mean, when did we ever glorify being obsessed and stalking? You literally just glorified stalking because women like this. Because women's stalking gets glorified, but when men stalk, oh, creeps.
If your wife works, I just want to let you know, as a man, you have failed.
Interesting. But how so?
Now, it's one thing.
So 75% of men in the United States failed.
To both be working towards a life where you can allow her to not work and you're just on your way there. But it's a whole nother thing to want your wife to work, which a ton of you on this platform do, and I don't understand it.
So, since someone doesn't understand it, naturally, the following phrase would be uttered.
Shame on all of you guys who make your wife go back to work after having a child. You make her go on maternity leave, enjoy all of the positive things of being a stay-at-home mother, and then make her go back to work.
Make her go back to work.
Right? We just like, yeah, get out there. Go back out there. Let me take care of the kid.
They're making it sound like the man is the only one in the relationship that makes the decisions. How lovely.
Why? Just so you can afford a few more toys? Oh, so you can afford your truck? So you can afford another boat?
I'm starting to think that this person is under the false impression that most people, especially in America, make enough money to be able to even afford one boat.
Right?
Right.
You can come at me.
I don't know anybody that has a boat. Oh, I know one person. He's quite wealthy.
In this economy, both people have to work. No, that's not true.
I wonder, where are they living?
Yeah.
Both people have to work if you need to pay for daycare. But if you don't need to pay for daycare, one income can do it.
I can actually agree with this. I can agree with you with all of this. That one income still can suffice. 50, 70K can still suffice to take care of a whole family. Women don't want this. Women do not want to live a menial life. They don't want to live a normal life. They want to live a very extravagant life.
In some cases, but definitely not in all.
The father's income, single income, doesn't cover it. You're living outside your means. You're buying things you can't afford. You're doing things other than advancing your career and finding a way to make more money. This, like everything else in life, is a skill issue. I will not allow anyone on social media to gaslight me or anyone else into believing that you need a dual income household. It is not true. It never will be.
It must be nice for some, mustn't it?
Right?
That they actually think that such a statement would hold true for every single person.
I mean, it's kind of like rich people talking about poor people as if poor people's struggles are so, like, why are you struggling with these things? Because money is required. We don't have endless amounts of it, and it's not easy to get. And hell, I don't even think anybody has endless amounts of it, right? Most of us are normal average people making 50, 60, 40K a year. If you live in California, it's decently hard to raise a family off of that.
Unfortunately, that is not the case.
I refuse to split the bill on dates
Oh? And why is that?
because I'm actually
Broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
splitting the bill before I even get to the date.
Fascinating. I wonder if the logic that's going to be used here is going to be even remotely different from any of the other videos that are a lot like this that we've seen
All the
before.
same.
Let me explain myself.
Please do, because I have a feeling it's going to involve many things that one would do normally on a daily basis anyway, regardless if one is going out on a date or not. So therefore, that makes this video entirely pointless.
I'm spending money to show up. As soon as I have a date scheduled, I book a cycle bar class. Then I got my eyebrows done. I see Kaylin at Bespoke Brows because I am not bringing a unibrow.
This torta spends like $400, $600 to just go on a date. That means you're doing too much and you're not attractive.
Happy hour.
So what I'm hearing so far is that all of these activities are done specifically and only to impress a man.
Even though I don't think my date cares about what my hands look like, I feel the need to get a manicure.
Ah, yes, but I'm sure that one felt the need to add it to the bill anyway.
Even if I had my manicure and my brows done earlier in the week, it still takes a whole entire day to prepare for a date. Like planning my outfit, planning my hair wash schedule.
It's like normal, average, not even average, below average. She's maybe like a 3, 3.5, 4 at best.
So far, I'm not really seeing the point. A person would normally do that if they're going out with friends, too.
True.
But I'm sure that one doesn't charge them for one's time.
Simply showering, doing my hair and makeup, and picking out an outfit could be 2 hours.
And with that, I think it would just be easier to say that one would prefer to charge by the hour.
Normalize hating your husband. Like, for real.
Hating. My goodness, are we trying to normalize hating
Right?
a
What happened to abolish all hate? We shouldn't hate anything
spouse now?
other than men.
I can't wait to hear the rest of this.
It's okay to go through about a minute, half a day, couple hours, a full day, even a week of just like, I can't stand you right now.
Did they change another definition? Did they change the definition of what hate actually means? Because not being able to stand someone for a brief period of time absolutely does not mean hating.
But deep down or in the back of your head, it might be all the way down to your toes at this point. You know I love you so much, and I know we're in this together, we're just in the thick of it.
It's almost like One just admitted that one didn't use the word hate properly in the first place.
Right? This is again feminism, just changing words, changing definitions of everything. Now everybody's confused with all the words because we use it for everything.
Remember, words have real meanings. And I'm personally just getting a little bit tired of individuals choosing particular words just because they grab people's attention.
People with like shitty grammar like me gets confused like crazy when people start using words like at least not from its original definition. So I'm like, why are they using this word?
Without actually taking any consideration whatsoever into what those words actually mean. Bring back dictionaries to the common curriculum. It'll help.
Why are men not wanting to get married? Why are men deciding to stay single? Why are men not approaching women? Why are men walking away? Why are men going their own way? Do you hear what you just said? Normalize hating your spouse, the man that paid for an expensive engagement ring, the man that helped pay or did pay for an expensive wedding on average, the man that continues to have to take care of the bills. That's what you want, right? That has to continue to take care of all of the heavy manual labor day in and day out, has to be your masseuse, has to be your quote unquote peace, your help in the time of trouble, has to be all things to you, but you hate him. Then you want to ask the question,
sad thing.
Is chivalry dead? Where are the rich men? Where are all the provider men? Where are the generous men? I need me a provider man. I need me a provider husband. These women get so upset that men don't want to help them anymore. Y'all don't listen to yourselves.
The pick me women in my comments on the videos about the bear.
That's why we gotta love like people like women like Lady J and other women that like react and actually tell the truth and rail against some of these things. I'm sure some of them are pick-me's and whatever it is. And even with the pick-me's, as long as women are going like pushing against the narrative, even if it's a pick-me, I think it still somewhat helps. Just my thought process on it.
Are hilarious.
Oh yes, I'm sure that it is. Just as much as that it's still equally hilarious that there are still individuals out there that can't handle another person's difference of opinion and have to resort to name calling. But why exactly, I wonder, are these women being called pick-me's this time?
They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I would pick the man. You guys would pick the bear? I'd pick the man every time. Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. And what exactly is one's retort?
Yeah, but the man isn't picking you, is he, babe? The men still aren't picking you. And you're still safer with the bears.
Well, that just solidified the whole argument right there and made it abundantly clear that those women who choose the bear will only support other women who think in the exact same manner and can't handle any differences of opinion whatsoever, and will resort to shaming tactics of actually trying to indicate that being single is a bad thing. Since when has those type of tactics ever actually managed to change a person's mind?
Considering you're single too.
Passport bros are a joke.
Interesting opinion. And why is that?
Y'all go to a whole nother country where people barely speak English.
Yeah, it's only mainly in the U.S. where most...
I mean, in the U.S., people barely speak English.
People only speak one language. But go on.
Anyone that agrees with what the passport bros are doing are a joke.
What's the joke? I like to laugh.
Y'all just mad because y'all can't handle a strong-minded woman.
This might come as a complete shock, but it's not the strong-mindedness that many men don't find appealing. It's the attitude. Because a bad attitude...
I mean, the attitude, the weight, the bonnets, the fake everything, lips injection, booty, tits. There's a lot.
Dude, doesn't equal a strong mind.
So y'all go somewhere where y'all can do whatever the fuck I want and be like, oh yeah, she loves me.
Perhaps they just want a partner who hasn't been completely taken in by the toxicity of what is considered modern feminism these days, and actually just want a partner who's going to love them for who they are, instead of having to worry about if that person is going to take them for all of their money, insist that they take care of them even though they have nothing to offer other than their looks, or for that matter, just have a bad attitude in general. That doesn't make them pathetic. That makes them have standards.
Right here is broke. He's broke. Look at him. Look at him.
Seems like a great start to a date, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let me take you home. Let me take you back home.
Yeah, home, because she certainly doesn't deserve a date.
Nope.
Back home. Make yourself some cup noodles.
Cup of noodles. Love it.
I mean, that's probably what she's gonna eat, because she a broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
Gonna take me home. I look like this in your car right now, and you want to take me home.
I'm gonna be nice.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you can get any other date, right? Just like you said, you can get any dude to come and pay for your meal and take you out right now, right?
I like this guy.
I do.
You can get that at any time, right?
So now we're not going on the date because you don't want to pay more than Starbucks.
Oh, it's not bad. So money's no option.
So if money's no option, then why aren't we going on a date? Like an actual date?
Because one, you trying to put me on blast. Like you got your phone out filming this interaction right now.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting pranked at this point. Like, it feels like it's not real because I've never had a grown man take me to Starbucks for a date. What is this, high school?
You had a grown man in general.
Facts.
You know, you acting well on picture, like you expect me to take you to some 5-star restaurant. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm not even gonna take you home.
No, what?
Any dude you come and get you and take you out, right? Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and make sure that's the case.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Ladies, take a lesson. For those of you that like to act entitled to everything, just remember, that could be you.
Who's gonna protect you if all the men are gone? If all the men are gone, we won't need protection.
They really just said that, didn't
It's called lions and bears. Oh my.
they? That's actually quite impressive, really, if a person thinks about it, that there are individuals out there that have such large amounts of self-confidence that they are willing to announce to the world that they are permanently entrenched in a reality of their own creation in which they would never let facts, reasoning, or logic intrude upon their bigoted opinions. So hats off to
It is being a bigot, isn't it?
those individuals for having such personal fortitude and are so willing to announce to the world what they truly are.
I made a pretty bold statement a while ago saying that I refuse to be friends with ugly people and none of my friends are ugly.
Well, that certainly does constitute what many would consider to be a bold statement.
Then that means you're the ugly one, by the way.
And now I'm just curious to hear more.
Instead of asking me why, they asked me what is ugly to me and what my definition of ugly is. So this is exactly what I'm going to explain to you.
Yes, let's hear it.
I believe anyone can be ugly if they choose to be.
True, and I think the proof of that will be forthcoming.
I've woken up this morning and not wash my hair, not blow dry it, not do my skincare, not put makeup on, not put contacts on, put on some bummy clothes. In addition to taking care of yourself physically, I need people around me who really care for themselves mentally. Because
Indeed, and I can think of some individuals that they should probably stay away from.
the second thing that can make someone ugly is insecurity. And
Until this moment, I wasn't actually aware that self-centeredness could be so concentrated that it would actually manifest into human form. But here we are. But just remember this, the only thing that makes a person truly unattractive isn't what they look like. It's how they treat others.
True.
In 2024, can we stop this whole narrative that the mother of your child is keeping your kids from you?
No, we can't. Because it's not just a narrative. Because there are some women out there that actually use their children as leverage against those children's fathers and do actively seek to keep them from them.
I have two good men in my life that are going through this very, very harshly right now. They are not having a good time coming to this or dealing with the mother using the kids.
If you wanted to see your kids, you would. A lot of you don't see your kids because you literally do not ask to see them.
Some men don't. That's true.
Yeah, because it doesn't cost you money to do that, because men do. For us to get custody to where we even see our child sometimes, it's already $100K.
But the majority of them do actually want to spend time with their children.
Be nice.
It's not the mother of your child's responsibility to ask you if you want to see your own kids. And if the mother of your child doesn't ask you if you want to see your own kids, it doesn't mean she's keeping your kids from you. And if the court doesn't grant you custody, it literally means you're an unfit father. That is your fault. It is not the mother of your child's fault.
Huh.
What?
Really? Is that what it means? So I guess by that same logic, if a woman, in many cases like a lot of men, don't have the money to fight for the custody of their child in court, then that means that they're also an unfit mother, right?
It's not like she rigged the court system.
Well, she personally didn't, but I guess one didn't do any research into this matter before speaking on it, because otherwise one would have known that in the majority of court cases involving child custody, most often the woman is awarded the majority of the custody. Huh.
This entire narrative of the mother of my child is keeping my kids from me is just another way to shift the blame to the woman, yet again.
And this seems to be just another video disparaging and generalizing men, so there's that.
Instead of taking accountability and saying, I abandon my responsibility to my child, it is your job as a father to text the mother of your child and ask to see your children.
I wonder where it could be coming from that one would actually assume that the majority of men don't actually do that.
Instead of taking accountability, again, y'all will shift the blame to the woman and then hate every single woman that's in your path when you are literally the issue. You are the problem in your own life.
This is all rather sounding like it's coming from a place of personal experience rather than any knowledge of the overall subject.
You create these problems and look for somebody to blame, then go and blame the mother of your child. Because instead of admitting that you're not a man and you abandon your responsibility to your child, you'll blame the mother of your child.
I think we all can agree that there are a lot of fathers out there that do not make any effort to see their kids.
Sure.
And those are the exception. They're not the rule. So when I see a video like this that is trying to paint all fathers with the same brush, saying that the reason they don't see their kids is their own fault, I do have to stand up and say something, because it is absolutely not a narrative that some women are in fact keeping their kids from their fathers.
It is probably one of the most evil things to do, right? I can't imagine very many more evil things in the world than using your own offspring as a weapon and tool to emotionally manipulate and physically manipulate another person, especially, again, the father. Or vice versa. It doesn't matter what, I mean, men or women doing it. It's mostly women doing it, though. So that's diabolical work. These are your own offsprings that you are harming, in a sense, to harm their own father. So why even have a family? You just created a family to just harm.
It is actually a fact.
You're telling me you're in a fight with your man and you say, babe, I just don't even want to talk anymore, give me some space. And he actually gives you space.
I don't suppose that the outcome of this little scenario is that the woman was pleased that the man listened to what she had to say, respected her wishes, and gave her that needed space, is it?
Nope.
Like, obviously I want to talk.
Based on what? The words that one used? Oh, no, wait. This is one of those instances when men are actually supposed to be mind readers and know what some women actually mean instead of the words that actually come out of their mouth.
Like, obviously, I want you to, like, be like, no, like, we're talking.
Then obviously...
So you want us to lead, but not lead.
A person should use the words that they actually mean to express their feelings, wants, and desires. What a fantastical idea.
Do you, like, was I not clear?
Yeah.
No, in point of fact, one was being the very opposite of clear. One was not only being vague, but acting in such an infantile manner as to seemingly encourage men in some cases to completely disregard what some women have to say when it comes to their...
This is exactly why a lot of men just disregard everything women say.
The wants and needs. Oh yes, I couldn't see what could go possibly wrong with that.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men aren't single by choice.
What an interesting statement. I cannot wait to hear what one is basing that off of.
Okay.
They may be finding women to go on dates with, but nothing's sticking.
Okay, well that happens for women as well.
Yeah.
So what exactly is this leading up to?
And so they're lashing out at women saying things like, have fun being single or enjoy your cats.
Not all men say things like that.
Sorry. That's the whole point, is that I am having fun being single and I love my cats.
So that means that one is single by choice, right? So why can a woman be single by choice, but not a man?
I also love my peace of mind, not having to be accountable to somebody who isn't really that interested.
Yeah.
He's not interested in me.
The exact same reasoning and logic you're using right now, men can have the exact same reasoning and logic too.
In my life and things that I want and need.
And there it is. That is actually the reason why a lot of men are now choosing to remain single, for that very reason.
As men age alone, it is not good.
Oh, really?
And the men are not okay. But I'm finding that as I age,
I don't see very many men making videos about this or like this.
I am getting happier and happier with myself and my girlfriends and my family. And the idea of having to accommodate a man's insecurities or even securities is just less and less appealing.
And with that, one actually nailed the reason why a lot of men are also choosing to remain single, because oftentimes it's simply more peaceful. It's as simple as that.
They love to say men are miserable at those ages, when they get older. No, men aren't making videos the way you are making videos in mass. The 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, even 60-year-old women are on TikToks in droves talking about where all the good men. Men are just like, time to go bowling. A little bit of golfing, going out to eat the dinner with the boys, going to the sports bar. We're living our life. Please like, subscribe, comment below. I really appreciate that. And thank you.